All right, so I'm starting to record. So guys, welcome to our business opportunity event. So my name is Melanie Mitro, and I'm the host of tonight's event, and I'm excited to have you here. So my team is amazing, and there's a lot of us, and we're very passionate about what we do, and we truly love our job here as Beachbody coaches. And so there is always the question, especially as people go through the programs, or as you start following your coach or people you find on Instagram or Facebook, or like maybe you found my blog, you become curious as to, okay, what is this coaching thing, and could it be right for me? Like, is this something that I could do? And so that question comes into play a lot. And I find that by doing these kind of live informational calls, that it gives you that sense of calm, that sense of, and you get to kind of say, okay, is this feel good to me? Is this something I want to do? And so it helps you to hopefully make a better decision about whether or not Beachbody coaching would be the right fit for you. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about me and who I am, because some of you don't know me, and I wasn't the person that invited you here, but we all work together. We're all part of the dream team. And so my name's Melanie Mitro, and I am a 3-time 15-star diamond coach. I have been a coach for it'll be 5 years in July. I've been an elite coach 4 years in a row. I've been in the top 10 for the past 3 years, and I'm the 2014 and 2015 top coach. And crazy enough, we are still in the running to be the #1 team. And if we do that, it will be like a record breaker. It will never have happened before. Nobody's ever been a 3-time top coach, right? I'm also a member of the Coach Advisory Board, which means I get to sit in with, they pick 10 coaches from the network, and we sit in on meetings a couple of times a year. We get input into the network and decisions that are made for the coaches, and we sort of give our opinion and feedback. And so we do have influence, which is nice. Plus I get some inside scoop when things are happening within the network too. Our dream team is the fastest growing team in the network. We have an amazing team of leaders. We have some really passionate coaches, and really we just love what we do. And our business model is what we live by. We love to help people achieve healthy and fulfilling lives. We want to be accountable ourselves to our own health and fitness goals, and we want to inspire other people to do the same. We lead with heart, we lead with hustle, and we just truly are always going to do things the right way no matter what. And I am so blessed to be amongst this team of just amazing coaches. And, it didn't happen overnight, right? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and who I am, because I think, I just read to you this laundry list of accolades that I've accomplished in Team Beachbody. But I think it's really important for you guys to understand that I am no different than you. I started out this business as a challenger 5 years ago. And so if you see this picture, the bottom right of your screen, that's my before picture. That was after I had Bryce, who is now 5 years old. Landon is 7. So I've got 2 boys, and I quit my full-time job. I have my master's degree in special ed. My undergrad is in psychology. And so I quit my job because I really wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. That was my entire goal in life, was to stay home with my babies. And so Matt and I sort of scrimped, and we saved, and we cut corners, and we decided we're going to live in our townhouse, even as small as it was, for as long as we could, because this was the most important thing. And Matt knew that I really wanted to be home with them. And so we made that decision, and it was brutal. Like, I think that I didn't realize what was going to go into that. There was going to be no eating out. There was going to be no vacation. And there was going to be no buying clothes. It was like bare bones living is what we were doing. And we thought a lot about income, about money, about my Target habit, and TJ Maxx, and, me just I was always scrutinizing the bank account. And it was because we just didn't have the money, right? And so when I decided that I needed to lose some weight and I needed to get back in shape, after having Bryce and Landon, there was no budget for a gym membership or getting a nutritionist or a personal trainer. It was whatever you can do. Walk in the neighborhood, do some crunches, do some lunges in the living room. I mean, there was nothing that we could afford at that point in time. And so I remember making this Facebook post and saying, I'm sitting here eating celery and trying to lose weight. And I put a post on Facebook, which is so random because I was not a Facebook person. I had Facebook, but I was that person that just sat there and scrolled and looked at everybody else's stuff, but I never posted anything. So must have been fate, like the right place, the right time. And so an acquaintance of ours that was good friends with Matt in high school, actually, his wife reached out to me and said, hey, I'm running this challenge group called the Summer Slim Down Challenge. Would you like to join? And me not knowing anything about it, I was like, sure, tell me what I have to do. And so she said, all I needed to do was pick a Beachbody fitness program. I had to create a free account. Sounds familiar, right? Sign up for a free account, pick a Beachbody fitness program. And at that time, she didn't make Shakeology mandatory for me. And I didn't, it's good because I couldn't afford it anyways, right? And so I borrowed Insanity from a neighbor down the street. I took our rusty old laptop that took a good 20 minutes to boot up down to our storage room in our townhouse. I cleared out a space, and every day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I would go down there with my baby monitor because both boys would be napping or attempting to nap. And I would do Insanity. And it was brutal because I hadn't worked out in 5 years, and I was hard, and I was out of shape, and Insanity is not an easy workout. I don't know why I picked the most intense workout for somebody that has never worked out, like that before, right? And so I started Insanity. I got plugged into the challenge group. My coach was helping me to stay accountable, and I was instantly in love with challenge groups. So any of you that are in challenge groups right now, it's the best thing ever. I loved having this community of women, which somebody said it to me, it's like having our own little like sorority or mom club. And it really is, or, guy club or, whatever. But it is literally like having your safe haven to go and say, I'm going to eat the entire pantry. My kids will not sleep, and I'm exhausted and I'm tired and I want to emotionally eat, right? Or I've had a really bad day. And so there's these women that were like talking you out of making bad decisions, that were holding you accountable, that were, if you were struggling and weren't losing any weight, they were there to lift you up and say, try this recipe, swap out this for that. And so all of a sudden my eyes became open to the possibility that there was something else out there. I didn't have to go to the gym. I didn't have to cart 2 young children, one who wouldn't get off my leg to go into the nursery, and the other one that was so young, he didn't want to be in there. I just cried the whole time. And so for me to be able to do this at home on my own time was like a godsend. Plus, having this amazing accountability from these women all over the United States was even better. And so I just fell in love with it. So I started as a challenger going through my fitness journey. I really struggled in the first month to lose weight, and I actually did a live broadcast on my Facebook page about this today. The first 30 days I did Insanity, I only lost 2 pounds. 2 pounds. And most normal people would say, well, this program doesn't work. And so they would throw it in the back, or they would return it, or they would, write a bad review and say Insanity doesn't work. Those before and afters are photoshopped. But I wasn't following the nutrition plan. That was the problem. And so when I went to my coach and I said, I'm eating healthy, low fat, fat-free, right? Diet Pepsi, not regular Pepsi. I was making good choices maybe 50% of the time. And I thought, I should be further along than I am right now. And she said, Melanie, have you ever heard of clean eating? And so I said, no. And so she encouraged me to go get this book. And so I bought the Clean Eating book by Toscarino, and I read it from beginning to end. And I read it on a way down to Deep Creek, Maryland for a family trip. And I was absolutely, completely blown away by the book. And I'm like, I got to do this. I got to change my habits. I got to start now. And so I revamped my entire life and started changing our family's eating habits, my own eating habits. And I went from that 2 pounds in the first month to 11 pounds at the end of 2 months to 30 pounds in 6 months. And it was clean eating paired with the support and accountability from the challenge group, Shakeology, and the fitness program. And I had to share this with other people, because if it worked for me and there was another way I didn't have to starve myself, I could actually eat, then I've got to share that with others. And so my coach in the meantime kept inviting me. Hey, Melanie, you'd make a great coach. And I'm like, I don't know. No, my husband won't let me, he doesn't want me to sign up. We don't have the money I don't have the money to invest. And she kept saying, Melanie, I know you'd be really good at this. And so after nagging me for a while, I ended up deciding that I could do this, and I was like, all right, I really think I could inspire people. And if I can change one person's life the way that I've been changed, then I'm going for it. So I took my birthday money that was given to me by my family members and that I usually use to buy myself new clothes. And I went and I bought, I paid the $40 to sign up as a coach. I bought a bag of Shakeology. And I did not tell my husband that I was signing up, because he actually told me that if I signed up, that it was a pyramid scheme. He told me that it was a ripoff, that I would never be successful, that it was a waste of my time. And so when I did actually tell him that a week later that I signed up, I got the exact same response. This is a waste of time. This is a waste of your money. You're never going to be successful. Enjoy that bag of Shakeology, because that's the last bag of Shakeology that you're going to get. And so the stubborn Melanie was like, hands on her hips, I'm going to show you that this really does work, right? I was like, darn it, you, forget about it. And so I put my head down and I said, I'm going to start a challenge group. I am going to help people. I am going to do this. And so I started my very first challenge group with my coach, and I had like one customer that I got my first month. But I just saw the bigger picture. I just knew that somehow, some way, I was going to make a positive impact in people's lives. So I started a blog. I just went to blogger.com and I created a free blog is basically what I did. I went in, I created a free blog, and I started blogging my journey. Every like 3 or 4 times a week, I would just say, this is what I'm struggling with. This is how I'm overcoming it. Here's my update of my workouts. And I was still going through my transformation during this whole process, right? And then I would post on Facebook 3 to 5 times a day, and I would share my journey. And so what happened is I was just very determined, very disciplined. I was very like, no excuses. I was bound and determined to pay for my Shakeology, but to prove my husband wrong. And when I say prove him wrong, I'm not even sure what I meant by that. I just knew I had to show him that this worked. And so every month I would run challenge groups. And then as I began to understand what the compensation plan was, and I started hearing people talk about Emerald and Diamond and Success Club, and I started to set bigger goals. And then as I started to see people that were like achieving these Success Club trips, and they were getting these awards on stage, and they were speaking on stage, I was like, I want that too. I know I can do that. Why not me? Why not me? So here I am, this small town girl from Mars, Pennsylvania, with no network marketing experience. I had less than 100 friends on Facebook. I did not even have Instagram. I did not have Snapchat. Nothing. I knew nothing about it. I had an old flip phone with no Wi-Fi when I started as a coach. I was teachable, and I was driven, and I was motivated to be a success story. And when you match that with passion, when you match that drive with passion and in perseverance, anything is possible. And so I have gone from one little old me, just like you guys sitting on this call right now, as not even signed up yet. I did that in 5 years. Took my family from being single family income, struggling to just keep it together, paycheck to paycheck, fighting over money, very out of shape, very overweight, lacked self-confidence, definitely affected my marriage, to buying our dream house, paying off our student loans that were going to take us till Landon, my oldest, who's 7, went to college himself to paid off all of our debt. We have no mortgage. We're financially free, and we've saved for our kids' college educations, and we retired my husband from his full-time job, and we're both home together, and we build our business together. We tag team our life and our family. And I never in a million years would have told you 5 years ago that I was going to be the top coach of a network marketing company, that I'd be hosting a webinar to all of you talking about what I do. That just blows my mind. But I believe that God gave me a purpose. He gave me a talent. He gave me a gift, and I had to share it. And if I didn't listen to that pit in my stomach that said, Melanie, I think you could do this, if I listened to my husband who told me I was making a bad choice, I wouldn't be here right now. And did it take time? Absolutely. But was it worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So that's a little bit about me. Again, I hope that helps sheds a little bit of light. And I promise you that I will answer questions here at the end. So if you're asking questions, just know that I will get to those. So what is a Beachbody coach? I mean, some of you is anybody here not know anything about Beachbody? This is the first time you're ever plugging into Beachbody as the company. Because if you are, definitely, this is, going to really open your eyes and give you lots of good information. So Beachbody is a company that started out as an infomercial company, right? So they created P90X, Insanity, Turbo Fire, Brazil Butt Lift. They've created all the fitness programs, and they started out strictly infomercials on TV. And so they were founded in 1998. So John Congdon, Carl Deichler, this is co-founder and CEO. They were this direct marketing company. And so they were watching these people do P90X and get really good results. And then they said to themselves, all right, now we've got all of these products. We see people like helping each other out on our message thread on beachbody.com. What if we created a system where coaches could support one another, which is called peer-to-peer support, and they could get compensated for it? What if we did? And so the network was born. And so basically what Team Beachbody is, so there's Beachbody, which is the infomercial side, then you've got Team Beachbody, and they're the network side, and it's peer-to-peer support coaches that are supporting one another in their weight loss and their exercise programs. We don't just have high intensity fitness programs. There's PIO, which is low intensity. There's, our meal replacement, our highly nutrient dense meal replacement Shakeology is not a weight loss shake. It is not a protein shake, but it's one complete meal that is just packed with 70 plus superfoods and nutrients. And it is really good for you. And it's taken me off of my daily multivitamin. It's taken people off their cholesterol. My dad off his cholesterol medication. It's regulated people's blood sugars. And there's just a lot of great benefits to feeding your body with good food, right? So they created all these products. They created the network about 6 years ago now. And so what our job is as coaches is we support the customers buying the products. And so our job is to help them achieve the results when they buy the program. And so we earn money through our direct sales and team sales. And I will talk more about that as we go. But a lot of times people get all kind of creeped out, might be the right term, saying, is it a pyramid scheme? Like, am I getting into something that is illegal? And there's a whole network marketing association out there that's regulated by the government that makes sure, and I know this because I'm on the coach advisory board and I know what we are and aren't allowed to do, what's within regulations, what crosses the line. And when a pyramid scheme is old school, that's things that have gotten shut down. Those are things that are illegal, the Ponzi scheme, the pyramid scheme. Beachbody is a company where there is transaction of goods and services. If there was not, it would be questionable. If we were just signing people up to sign people up and you make more money the more people you sign up, then that would be questionable. But we are matching people up with a product. People are actually getting results. And we have customers that give referrals, and we have a product that we stand by that delivers the results. You don't just sign up. And if, for example, you sign up on my team, I will not always be at the top. Somebody can pass me up. It is not the person at the top is always making the most, because, if I stop doing what I need to do, my income can decrease. My income can go down. And so other people can sort of pass you up in the business. There's not that guarantee there. So hopefully that explains it a little bit better. All right. So next, what is a coach? And I get this a lot, what is a coach? And what, a lot of people look and say, okay, do I have to be at my goal weight to be a coach? Do I need to have a certification? Do I need to be size certified or max 30 certified? Do I need to be a personal trainer, a nutritionist? No, not at all. Do you need to have your goal weight yet? Nope. A lot of people come into this business on day one. They start their transformation. They start building their business. They invite people to join the journey alongside of them, and they just build them simultaneously. And that's perfectly fine. I think sometimes you build more of a trusting relationship when you're just sharing your journey as you're going along. Guys, we're normal people. We've got flaws. I posted over the weekend about eating cookies and having some drinks, right? I talked about how blah I felt, how I needed to get back on track. When I go on vacation and when I'm out with my family, I have ice cream every once in a while, right? I make mistakes. I sometimes make poor choices with my food. Sometimes I do skip a workout. But I genuinely want to be healthy. And I do want to be successful in this business. Coaches are everyday people that are doing extraordinary things. We are just dedicated to helping other people, right? So, and we want to teach people how to do it the right way. It's not a quick fix. It's not a magic pill. It's not something that you say, I commit today, results happen tomorrow. This is a lifestyle. And we're motivated and driven to not only live it ourselves, but to share it with other people along the way. A Beachbody coach is somebody who actually does walk the walk and talk the talk. So we do the Beachbody fitness programs. We drink the Shakeology. We lead by example. We show other people that it works. We are all a work in progress. And that is the cool part about it, is there's no mold. There's no specific age that you have to be. It's not all men. It's not all women. It's not just women in their 30s. It can be women in their 60s and 70s. Anybody can be a coach. And I say this because just go to Disney, for example, and sit and people watch. There are so many people out there that need our help. Almost 3 out of 5 people that walk by you in Disney World are overweight, or their families are overweight, or their kids are obese. We definitely have a job to do, and everybody relates to a different coach differently. So one person may not relate to me, but they may relate to you. And that's why it's important that people find a coach that fits them. And I'm sure some of you have been coaches before, you've been customers before, and you didn't fit with your coach. You didn't jive with them. And that's okay too, but you realize like there are millions of people out there. There is a coach for everyone, and you guys definitely will have people to help. So don't ever worry that, you're past your prime, or can you really do this? Absolutely, you sure can. All right, so what do we do? This is another question. What do we do? You sign up to be a Beachbody coach. What do you do? Well, the big thing that we do is we run these online fitness and accountability support groups. So we call them challenge groups, and we do them in 2 ways. So what we have now is the Beachbody Challenge Tracker app. So if you want to try to keep your business off of Facebook, you would like to be app-based, you can download the My Challenge Tracker app. And you can set up a challenge group. You can invite people to join. You can do everything through the app, log your workout, input your food. You can post your sweaty selfies. You can share recipes. You can upload videos. And so it's all off of social media. The other one is Facebook, closed Facebook groups, which is typically what I do with mine. And so the closed Facebook group is basically a closed group where everybody in the group is doing a fitness program of their choice, a Beachbody fitness program. They're replacing 1 meal a day with Shakeology. And what I'm doing is I am helping them set realistic and achievable goals. I am sharing with them how to meal plan and prep. I am sharing my meal plans. I'm sharing my accountability. Now, what I've done is I've created challenge group guides that I share with my team, anybody that comes into the business that's a part of our organization. So you can basically take the guide and you can copy and paste it into the groups when you run your own. And so I give you the content, but it's all content that I've created based on what I've gone through myself. So I know at the end of week 1, you're exhausted. You get on that scale, there hasn't been a ton of change, and a lot of people just want to quit. Or a lot of people go into the weekends and they're like, I've been good for 5 days. I deserve to have cookies and ice cream and drinks on the weekends. And they skip their workout and they enjoy life, and then they get on the scale on Monday morning and they've gained all those 2 pounds back that they lost the week before. And then they're frustrated. This doesn't work, And so I talk about that. Like, guys, the weekends, you got to eat like a weekday. This isn't just, you don't deserve to eat unhealthy. Like, we're trying to change your habits. And so I talk about that stuff. Those are my posts. I share recipes, foods that, I've tried it all. I've been the guinea pig. My husband and my 2 boys have been the guinea pigs. They've tried all of the food that we eat, and everything that's on my blog is kid tested and husband approved. And so I share that. And so I share that in the challenge groups too. Here, try this, not that. Swap your sour cream for Greek yogurt. How about almond milk versus skim milk or soy milk? And so it's my job to sort of be that educator. And I've done that because I know a lot about the nutrition from just doing it, from researching it, from Googling it, from reading on Team Beachbody. So that's what we're going to teach you guys, how to be great coaches too. And then you're going to experience it and be able to share that by example and lead by example. So there's just 2 transformation stories out of the hundreds of transformation stories of our team. But I would say that this is the best feeling in the world, is when somebody ends their challenge and they post their after picture and you are like, I helped that person gain confidence, gain their life back, be able to run and play with their kids, have a better relationship with their spouse. I helped them get there. That is a cool feeling. And the best part is you can do it from your kitchen table or your couch or your phone. And so it's really a mobile business. Wherever you've got Wi-Fi, you are good to go. And so it's just a little sneak peek, right? This is the challenge group. And I already explained it. I always make my customers check in daily, and so the big question becomes, all right, challenge groups sound awesome. And I would tell you that your goal in the first month as a coach is to find at least 3 to 5 people to join a challenge group. And so when I say that, most people are like, well, I don't know 3 to 5 people. Who's going to join me? I'm shy. I don't know who to ask. I don't want to sell to my family and friends. So this is kind of where the business part comes in. And so how do you find people? Number one, I always say, sit down and think about write down the names of people that you've ever talked about nutrition or weight loss or exercise with. Think about your closest friends. Think about your spouse. Could they be an accountability partner for you? Think about your mom, your sister, your brother, your neighbors, the girls that you go to, MOPS with or church with. Do you think they would, number one, want to be accountability partners with you and do this alongside of you, right? And number two, would they be your first customers? Would they trust in you and go through the products and be some success stories along the way? I also found people by just talking about what I was doing. When I would go and I'd get my nails done, Sarah, who did my nails, she said to me, you look fantastic. What did you do? Well, I started doing Insanity and P90X. And she's like, well, I have P90X. I'm like, well, you do? You should join me. I'm going to run a support group. I will keep you accountable. I wouldn't have lost the weight if it wasn't for the support group. And there you go. There comes another customer in the door. And so I just share my experience. Everywhere I go, I've got my shaker cup. I drink my Shakeology. I always take the healthy snack. I'm always the girl that's posting her workouts. I am that person that people go to when they want nutrition and fitness advice. And so you just brand yourself that way. You don't push it on people, but you're always there offering help, a lending hand, and the opportunity. And you truly care about people's results. And I really, really always focus on how I can help people. And you'll see in a lot of my daily tips and a lot of my posts that I do, it's all centered around providing people that support and that accountability. And I will teach all of that in my Coach Basics too. All right, so how do you make money? How do you make money being a Beachbody coach? So number one, as a coach, you get a 25% commission from everything that people purchase from your site. So everything, Shakeology, the performance line, all the workouts, everything, the club membership, you get a commission. When people sign up as coaches, you get a commission for their challenge pack when they signed up. So you get a 25% commission from everything that's purchased. Also, you get a flat commission from the challenge pack. So when somebody buys, a 21-day fix challenge pack, or when somebody buys a max 30 challenge pack, you get anywhere from $40 to $80 on a challenge pack. So each one has a set price. Then also, once you start to build your business beyond just customers and you start to see people, number one, getting results, loving their Shakeology, telling other people about what they're doing, that's a huge, just sort of blinking green light that this person would make a great coach. And so you're going to go to that person and you're going to say, hey, have you ever thought about being a Beachbody coach? You're already basically doing what I do, and I think you'd be great at it. And so when you start inviting people to join your team, what ends up happening is you can begin to build what's called residual income. And residual income happens not when you just sign people up to sign people up, but when you actually sign up coaches who are actually in the business to build the business, and they want to run challenge groups and inspire other people to achieve healthy and fulfilling lives, right? So you earn from a team cycle bonus standpoint. You earn from a matching bonus also. So once you get to the diamond level, you start to earn this matching bonus. And then also there's a quarterly bonus. So when you get to 2-star and 5 and 10 and 15, there is a bonus structure that's paid out pretty significantly, and it gets higher and higher and higher the higher you get in your business. And sometimes they can be upwards of $40,000 a quarter, right? Which is insane. For Team Cycle bonus, so our business is built on a binary system. And I will tell you what, when I signed up to be a coach, I was like, I don't get it. I don't understand placement. I don't get what emerald means. Like, I don't understand any of that. And so basically, you have two legs of your business. You've got a left leg and you've got a right leg. And so, when you join, you have one leg that tends to be a stronger leg, because the people above, when they sign up coaches, they sort of kind of go to the bottom of the pile. And so those people, when they buy something or they sell something, they actually accrue volume. And so the other side, which we call your weak leg, is the side that you are building yourself. And so when you get a 2-to-1 ratio, 200 to 100 volume points, you get a bonus. You get a $14 bonus. And it gets banked if you don't use it. And it keeps rolling over and rolling. And you cycle as many times as you can as an emerald till you get to $250 a week. So if you are really good at helping people, if you're really good at inspiring people to live healthy and fulfilling lives, and you have some great people you think would do this alongside of you, your income can grow pretty significantly, pretty fast, if you are inviting people to join alongside of you. But they can't just be a warm body. They've got to be people that, again, are going through the coach training, that are running challenge groups, that are invested in helping other people get results. And then the cool part is you can get 25% off all the products and the programs that are purchased through Team Beachbody, which is killer. I mean, a lot of times I have people that just sign up for the discount because they just want 25% off their Shakeology every month because they love it, which there's no shame in that. All right, then, there's rewards. How many of you have seen the rewards trips? And we were on a cruise not too long ago, and I'm getting ready to go to Bora Bora next week for the Elite 10. Then we'll be in Nashville for Vegas or for Summit, and then there's leadership. And so these are not trips you have to go on, but they're trips that you can earn. They're incentives that have been given to us, by Team Beachbody. They're trainings. So for example, the Cancun trip and the cruise, and then next year we're going to be in Punta Cana. Those are rewards trips that are given to us, are earned. We earn those trips by hitting what's called Success Club. And Success Club is Beachbody's benchmark for success. And it's Success Club, or the 3 Lives Club. So if you help 3 people every month get started on their health and fitness journey by getting them hooked up with a challenge pack and getting them into a challenge group and helping them create goals and actually achieving results, you get points for every person that you help and you support that gets a challenge pack or buys Shakeology on Home Direct. And so if you get 5 of those points, so 3 customers every month, you can accrue these points that go towards trip dollars, and you can earn a trip for you and your family to Punta Cana or to wherever it's going to be the next year. And so it's a great little reward to incentivize you, number one, to be surrounded by like-minded people, get to go on an amazing Beachbody trip with live celebrity trainers. I mean, you get to work out with Autumn, and she may or may not have changed your life, right? And how cool would it be to take a picture with her and hang out live? And it's awesome because you get to hang out with other Beachbody families. You get to network with other people that are in the same spot as you are in the business, and you can kind of motivate and cheer each other on. Also, Beachbody does Summit, and we'll be there in Nashville in the end of July. And Coach Summit is basically this huge event where it's just 2 days packed full of training and keynote speakers and how to build your business and how to invite and how to share and how to use social media and celebrity trainer workouts and all sorts of events and recognition. And it's just like the most exciting event, the 2 days of your entire life. It's a blast. Coach Summit is like the mother of all trainings. And then once you get to that leadership level, 5-star and above, they've got the leadership retreat in Scottsdale. Well, it was in Scottsdale, Arizona. Next year, it's going to be in San Diego. And then if you are really shooting for the stars and the Elite 10 is something you want to aspire to be, or even top coach, then there's rewards for that too. These amazing all expense paid first class trips, to Italy and to Paris and to Bora Bora. Those are earned by, not only just having a great business personally, but building a team that are doing the same thing that you are. And that's pretty darn cool. So there's lots of rewards that are out there for you. All right, so we're almost done, guys. What's the dream team? So the dream team is a coach is a team within the network, and there are over 400,000 coaches in the network. There's a lot of coaches, and we are one subset of Team Beachbody, but we've got some killer elite coaches. We've got 7 of my personally sponsored coaches have hit elite. Our coaches are not all stay-at-home moms, but they're a combination of doctors and lawyers and teachers and stay-at-home parents and military parents and fathers and people that are just trying to better themselves. I mean, we've got every age group from 20s to 70s that are a part of our team. And we just truly believe, like I said at the beginning of the call, in leading with an authentic, powerful heart and hustle. And we're not just sort of taking this slow gander. We're on the path to success, guys, and we're rocking it. And I'm so proud of them for working together and coming up with such great trainings and just sharing responsibilities and being an awesome team. And so that just kind of says next, this is always the question, what can I expect from this team? How do I know that when I sign up, I'm going to get training? Well, number one, I am the queen of curriculums. So I have a guide and a training for everything. And as soon as I see a need, I will come up with something if it's not already been created. I am so hands-on with our leaders. I do a leadership call every week. We have a team call every single Monday night where you can hop on. You can listen to the training call of the evening, and I do different tips based on where we are in the business. I teach you marketing plans and strategies and social media and how to invite and how to share and how to talk about Shakeology. And we do a lot of that in the first 30 days in the Coach Training University. And that is all done online at your own pace. And we talk about, okay, how do I launch my business? Okay, how do I invite? How do I share? How do I post on social media? How do I make my pictures look okay? What do I do if I don't have time? How do I fit this into my already jam-packed schedule? So no matter where you're coming in from, I have got a training for you every step of the way. So you know that I'm not just going to sign you up and say, figure it out on your own, but I'm going to teach you how to sort of create a brand. And that's what I love to do. But also, if you're listening to this call and you're sitting here thinking, but I don't know how much time I have to devote, I just want you to know, there's never a pressure to sell. You can just consume the product if you want. You can go through the first 30 days as a coach and not tell anybody and just be a challenger. That's fine. Or you can jump head first in and just say, I'm going to fail myself forward and I'm going for it, right? And so I sort of say, you walk, I walk. You run, I run. You sprint, I'm sprinting with you. And so I always let coaches dictate the pace that they want to build their business, and that's really good. And that way, nobody feels pressured, because I don't want you guys to ever feel like you have to meet a quota or you have to, hit a certain number, because that's not really how we work. Of course, I always say the benchmark is Success Club, and if you say that you're building a business, you should at least be helping 3 people a month. Alrighty, so this is one of the things. So somebody asked me yesterday in the sneak peek event, what are some of the qualities that I think are needed in order to be a successful coach? And so that got me thinking about some of the things that I do think are really important. And I know what they are, but just to sort of say, okay, what are the most important ones? Well, that's a little more difficult. But so if I were to say, okay, your steps to creating your life by design. Number one, your life by design may not look like mine, which is okay, but you have to define what that is. What is it that drives you to be successful? What is it? Is it that you need to quit a job that is draining you? Is it that you need to pay off debt because you've got to file for bankruptcy? Is it that you just want accountability? Is it that you just need to make a little extra income to supplement so that you're comfortable? Is it that you do want a career change? Are you not sure yet? But I think it's important for you to start thinking about, why would I sign up to be a Beachbody coach? How would this enhance my life? And then when you make the decision and you write it down and you say, you know what, I'm going for it. I know I can be successful. I know I can eventually quit my full-time job. I know that I can make this work. You got to show up daily. You got to be consistent. You can't just show up half the time. You wouldn't go to a full-time job and say, I'm only going to work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I'm going to take off Thursday and Friday. You'd be fired. You'd be fired. You've got to be consistent in what you do. I always work from a list. I always have a to-do list. It's so easy when you're building your own business and when you don't have anybody sort of saying, do this, do this, do this. You've got to create your own structure. And so I always teach you guys how to build your business, but you've got to make the list. You've got to work from a list. You've got to keep yourself focused and on track and always be saying to yourself, am I doing things that are going to build my business, that are going to add value, or am I doing things that are time wasters? So you always have to be asking yourself, is this the best use of my time? You always have to be a product of the product. If you want to be successful, you've got to be proof that it works. There is nothing, it's hard to sell a product that you, number one, haven't ever completed from beginning to end and that you've never tried. And even if you haven't tried all of the catalog of programs, at least being able to try one of them or two of them, that makes you more credible. You have got to be truly passionate about helping other people. Because if you're just in it for the money and you think that this is a quick fix, you won't do well. You'll be one of those people that comes in and 30 days later you're gone because you're like, this is hard. I thought this was going to be easier. You have to have that never give up mindset. Anytime you build a business, there is going to be roadblocks. There is going to be obstacles. There are going to be people that tell you you can't do it. There is going to be, posts that you put out there that get 0 likes. And you're going to have to say to yourself, I know that I'm inspiring somebody. Even if nobody likes this post, I know they're watching. Because that's what happened to me. 30 days in, I was like, what is going on? Does anybody hear me? And then all of a sudden, somebody was stopping me at the grocery store. You inspired me. Oh, I started eating healthy because of you. Thank you so much for all that you do, right? I just bought the clean eating books because I've been watching you. You just have to have that, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I know that I am going to make it. I am going to be successful. Do not let the fear of failure hold you back, because that is the biggest thing that I see with people is that they're afraid they're going to fail. And you just cannot let that even be a thought in your mind. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I just knew that I was going to get there. Master the art of attraction marketing. So I will teach you that. But if you want to be successful, you have got to master the art of getting people to come to you. You have got to create posts that are going to draw people in, that are going to make them want to join you. You got to share your journey as it's happening. You got to talk about the struggles, and you got to share your meal plans, and you got to share your nutrition. So if you can master the art of attracting people to you, it will start to happen. But it takes time, and you have to remember it's time under tension. And I ask everybody when they sign up as a coach to read the book, The Compound Effect. And I think it's in my drawer. It is. It's in my drawer. And if you can see my screen, it looks like this. It's by Darren Hardy. It's The Compound Effect. I really want you guys to read this book. Even if you decide not to sign up as a coach, read it, because it is a jumpstart your income, your life, and your success. It talks about how with any business venture that you do, you have got to put in almost twice the effort at the beginning for minimal results. But eventually, over time, under tension, with consistency, with drive, with passion, that well that you've been pumping and you've been working so vigorously at, all of a sudden, the water starts to begin to flow from your well. And then with less pressure, with just slow and steady, just daily activities, the well just begins to overflow. And that is how the business works. Once you create momentum, it goes. But most people give up before they ever truly create that momentum. So lastly, on this tips to success, you've got to invite. And you have to invite, and you have to invite, and you have to follow up with people. And you've got to invite people to join your journey. You can't prejudge and say, I don't know if this person would want to do it. You just have to say, I don't know if this would be for you, but I've been thinking about you. You've been on my mind. You keep popping up in my newsfeed. I keep seeing you at the grocery store. Do you want to join me and be my accountability partner? I would love to have you. Would you? What's it going to hurt if somebody says no? You see somebody that's already fit, that's already in shape, that already is very passionate about healthy eating. Hey, you ever thought about Beachbody coaching? I think we could run challenge groups together and we could be a really good pair. Why not, right? Why not? So it's really it. Like, you can set your own work hours. You can set your own intensity. You can say, I'm going to work 10 hours a week or 2 hours a week or 40 hours a week at this business. But as long as you work with these sort of intentions, you will be successful. Some may go fast, some may go slow. All right, we're down to the last two slides here, and then I'm going to take some questions. So now's the time to shine, guys. I'm doing a new coach kickoff call next Tuesday or next Monday. It's going to happen next Monday, which no, it can't happen Monday because that's Memorial Day. It will be on Tuesday. And so on Tuesday, we will have a new coach kickoff call where I will literally teach you how to launch your business, how to set up your websites, how to go through the back office. You'll be able to log into a webinar similar to this or listen to a recording. And then on June 6th, I am launching my new Coach University. And so if you are here because you want to sign up with me, then that's what you're going to plug into. Or if you are here and your coach invited you, you're going to find out where they're plugging you in, because we all run coach trainings. We all do things to help support our coaches along the way. So there's that sense of urgency. Like, I've got prep tasks and things to do sort of next week to get you prepared for your first day on June 6th. But we need to make it official. And the best way to make it official is honestly to get a challenge pack, because there's a $40 coach sign-up fee that goes along with signing up. And that is waived when you buy a challenge pack. And a challenge pack is your fitness program. It's Shakeology. You get free 30-day access to Beachbody On Demand, which is called the club membership. You get discounted shipping, discounted price. And that's your best bang for your buck. So if you already have Shakeology or you already have a fitness program, just cancel your current Shakeology, reorder another challenge pack, you get your $40 paid for. It just makes sense. Or get packets if you're going to be traveling in the month of June and you want to take your Shakeology with you, get the packets instead of the bag, right? Also, $40 coach sign-up fee. If you just want to buy Shakeology, that's your second option for signing up as a coach. So you can just go in, you can pay $40, you can get your Shakeology, but honestly, it ends up being about the same price as the challenge pack that's on sale this month, $140. So why not get a program instead of just flushing $40 down the drain? Then lastly, you can get the military discount, which is if you are active duty or you or your spouse can get all their business service fees waived. And your sign up is waived too. And if you're a veteran, if it's you have to be the veteran. It's not a spouse. Same thing applies. All right. There's a $16.95 monthly fee to be a coach. And that's your membership fee. There's no annual fee. There's no cancellation fee. You can downgrade back to a customer at any time. There is no pressure to sell. You can sign up, be a discount coach for the rest of your life, enjoy the products, or you can decide you want to build a business. So whatever you choose to do, you can absolutely do. So now's the time. I mean, now is the time for you to go for it, right? So I'm going to take a little bit of questions, but before we sort of kind of wrap it up, I want to just say this, guys. I want you to think, and I was telling my team this today. I was doing a call with my rising stars, my leaders, anybody that's diamond and above. And I was saying to them, we were talking about level 5 leadership, and we were talking about just being these extraordinary leaders. We're just not good. We are great. And I was talking about we're not content with just being good. We're not content with being average. We want to be extraordinary. And so one of the things that I talked about is, you might fail. You might fall. You may never achieve level 5 leadership, but here's what you're going to learn in the process. We've impacted so many lives in this business. Look at all the transformation stories that you've had a hand in. Look at your own health and your own fitness. You are healthier and fitter because you're a Beachbody coach. Personal development alone has made me a better person. Beachbody promotes personal growth. I have a better relationship with my husband. I've met some of my very best friends in this business. And while not everybody will become a Beachbody millionaire, you will walk away from this experience being a better person. It will enhance your life. It will open up the opportunity. You will meet people that can take you on another adventure and help you build your business and build your future. It just is one of the most life-changing things that has ever happened to me. And I don't say that because I'm the top coach, but I say it because the relationships and the friendships that our family has created along the way are just priceless. And so while, yes, we always strive to be the very best leaders that we can be, we do it with heart, we do it with hustle, we do it with a whole lot of passion, and we truly believe in just helping people achieve their absolute best lives. And this is a picture of us all here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for a big Saturday training event. Everybody that came in is a part of that picture. And so we hope that you'll be joining us again soon on the Dream Team when we kick off our June 6th coach training. And so I am going to open it up now for questions, and hopefully we'll be welcoming you into our team page and getting you started right and helping you out. All righty, so I am going to just answer these questions. Jen, I am fascinated by the pyramid scheme. I know so many coaches, me too. What if Facebook went away? Where would Beachbody coaches be? Well, we are certainly not just on Facebook. You can go on Instagram, you can blog, you can YouTube, you can Snapchat, you can talk to people, you can do fit clubs. And so there is so many ways to connect with people. And I always have a list. I always have a list that I'm working from. I always have emails. I would, if something happened to Facebook, we would just find another way. There are so many other social media sources out there that you can go to. That doesn't concern me. And the other part that always makes me, when people start to kind of say there's a lot of coaches, I'm like, yeah, because that's all that's in my newsfeed all day long, because I am a Beachbody coach. But when you go to the grocery store, when I go to my kids' parent-teacher conferences, or when I go to school to help out, you'd be surprised at how many people have never heard of Beachbody before. Some people that have never heard of the 21-day fix. Like, it happens. There are people everywhere. So you would be surprised to know that it's not always social media is where you find people. They're everywhere. People are everywhere. All right, the name and author of the second book that I mentioned, so it's Clean Eating. Oh, Darren Hardy. Is that the one you're talking about? So it's Darren Hardy, The Compound Effect. And so the other thing I want to tell you guys too is, if you do decide you do want to sign up, you just need to speak to the coach that you are following, that invited you here, that gave you the invite, and that's who you need to go to and reach out to, and they will walk you through the steps to get signed up. You might want to ask them how many spots they are accepting people, because some of us only take a certain number of coaches because we want to make sure that we can handle it, that we can give one-on-one proper training to the people that are joining our team. So if they've given you a coach application or they've got one on their blogs or websites, make sure you fill that out so you can get a spot too. Justine, it's okay to have a general Facebook challenge group for people who aren't ready to sign up? Sure, absolutely. I tend to do like a free group. I tend to do like a 1-week group, and some of you maybe even met me through that, like a 7-day abs challenge, or, booty challenge, or a clean eating challenge. And so it's a closed Facebook group. There's no commitment. I sort of walk people through the basics of meal planning and eating healthy, and we do some workouts in there, and I build that relationship with people. So there's a purpose, as opposed to just a group where you're providing basically the same support as you would in a challenge group. So don't spend all of that time there. I would say do a one-week group, right? What is a good group to have? I would say 3 to 5 is a good number, is totally fine. And I never, ever say I'm not going to run a challenge group. I always find somebody else to team up with, another coach on the team. I ask around, but I never postpone a challenge group, because I just don't. I will find a way, because I don't want those customers to not get the results that they were hoping that they were going to get. All right, so that's really important too. And also, you aren't responsible for running the first challenge group by yourself. We actually do a mentoring program. So my coaches go into my coach training, and then they invite to my challenge group, and then they're just responsible for their people. So that takes the guesswork out of it, and you can get your feet wet, and you sort of understand the process and how it goes too. The social security number is for tax purposes, right? Beachbody gives you a 1099. They do not take out taxes. You file it. You are an independent consultant. So I save 30% of everything that I make, and it goes into a fund. And you don't get a 1099 unless you make over $500 with Beachbody. Courtney, I just sort of talked about that too, yes. No, taxes are not taken out before you get reimbursed. No. So you have to take that out. And I have my Beachbody, I opened a Beachbody checking account, right? Just went to the bank, opened a checking account. That's where my money gets deposited. I have a savings account every week, 30%. And then if I don't need it at the end of the year, like if you don't need to, you have extra cash that just sits there that becomes like your tax fund. And so when you just kind of do that way, never an issue at all. What happens when you sign up as a coach and you start getting to know others and you give all your time to helping others for them to end up with another coach out there? I see that all the time. So Katie, here's the one thing. Oh gosh, sorry about that, guys. So the one thing is developing the relationship. So number one, when people come to me and they say, hey, I'd like to sign up for your challenge group, I always ask them, have you ever worked with a coach before? Are you working with a coach now? And if somebody says to me, yeah, I'm working with a coach, but your group sounds good, I'm like, no. I'm like, you really need to go back and you need to talk to your coach and you need to work with that person. And so then most people are like, oh, okay. And that's the right way to do it. Unless somebody is not getting support, is not getting the accountability from their coach, they've contacted them numerous times and they haven't heard anything back, then it's okay to say, all right, I'll take you on, but you're going to have to switch and become my customer. That's the right way to do it. That's how we teach that. And so Katie, hopefully it doesn't happen to you, because that's, that's not the right way to do it. We don't preach that way. And it doesn't happen very often on our team. It just doesn't, because we all respect one another's customers and coaches. How do you manage coaching while on vacation? While you're on vacation, I auto schedule a lot of my posts. I post about my vacation. I post about our family time. But I delegate. So maybe I have one of my friends check into my challenge groups for me, or maybe I, delegate my challengers in the challenge group to kind of check in. But I've never had a problem while I'm on vacation. I literally will get up in the morning, I do my workout, I sit there, drink my coffee, check in with my challengers, head off to the beach, do my thing. And my team knows that I'm away for the week and that I'm out of the office. And so we have an awesome team page and everybody supports one another, and it's not an issue. So we will help each other out when we're away. So it's not an issue at all. Alrighty, fit clubs and challenge groups. So fit clubs are live groups. And challenge groups or fit clubs are like a live workout where everybody goes, everybody works out together, and you do a workout video, and you don't do the whole program from beginning to end. It's just once a week. It's kind of like a sneak peek. And then the challenge groups are the official hands-on, you're in a closed Facebook private group. Alrighty. Let's see. I think I got all the questions there. My husband freaked out when I told him that. Oh yeah, Kim. Yeah, I don't think Matt ever asked me about that. How do you manage time management? Is huge. I have a hard time evenly distributing my time between work, family, and anything else. So Casey, the one thing for me is I will say that as far as time management goes, I work my business, and I actually taught this today on a call. I sit down with my Google Calendar and I put in my work time. So if you go to a full-time job, you're going to put that on your Google Calendar or on your calendar. If you have soccer games for your kids, or you put that, everything that's a non-negotiable goes on your calendar. Then from there, you say, okay, I need to get up at what time I'm going to work out. So your workout goes in your Google Calendar. You schedule that out. Then you say to yourself, all right, look at this. I've got all day Saturday. I've got half of Sunday. I've got every single night from 9 to 11 where I'm sitting on the couch, And so what I do is I teach people to sort of say, I'm going to do an hour here. I'll do a half hour there. And you put it into your schedule and you schedule your Beachbody time. And then what we do is we create a program, or we create a to-do list based on the amount of time that you have to invest in your business. And then when you sit down to do your Beachbody business time, it's Beachbody time. It's not surfing the internet. It's not buying things on Amazon. It is not scrolling the Facebook newsfeed. It is, I'm going to do what I need to do to build my business. And so that also helps a lot too, when you kind of think about it that way. So yes. Alrighty. I talked about the time management. How do you find motivation? Honestly, this is a question here. How do you find motivation? I'm totally fog-headed, lacking energy, and have a hard time getting my butt to a workout. Number one, my thing would be, are you eating healthy? Are you drinking enough water? Maybe that's it. I would start. Are you doing a program from beginning to end? I would start by focusing on you. I would start by asking yourself, what would, if I were to achieve my health and fitness goals, how would that make me feel? And then from there, I would say, okay, that should be your motivation. Like, I can't give you motivation. I can point you in the direction to find it, but you have to look within and say, I want to change more than I want to stay the same. I want to drink this bottle of water because I want to feel better, and I know it will take the brain fog away. I'm not going to eat that ice cream because I know I'm going to have a stomach ache tomorrow. It is making choices. It is in your head saying, I'm going to flex my willpower muscle, and I'm going to make the hard choices to just make the change. And I think that's really the way that I answer that question, is like, you dig down within and you have that fire within you to make a difference. All right. If I sign up under a Fred, will I have access to the guides and meal plans? To be honest, that's what got my attention, since I'm also a health. So Shannon, you're going to sign up under the person that invited you here. And if they're a part of the dream team, you will have access to it. I can't vouch for anybody outside of our network. And if you sign up with somebody outside of the dream team, you will not have access to that stuff. But if you sign up with a coach on our team, yes, you will. Yes. So that would be the important part. If I meet Success Club each month, what is it you earn a month? Does that cover your 16? Absolutely. So Linda, if you are hitting Success Club each month, you're selling at least 3 challenge packs. So you're at least getting at minimum $120, because $40 a challenge pack. If that's the cheapest challenge pack, you would get a $40 commission. You could be earning more than that. So you would pay for your Shakeology with that and your fee. Then as you have customers who stay and they keep drinking Shakeology, you get that $30 commission when their Shakeology ships out each month. Or when they stay on Beachbody On Demand, you get a commission. If they order another program or the performance line, you get the commission. So you begin to, like this month you help 3, next month you help 3 more. And what happens is your income just continues to grow as people stay on and people get really good results. So yes, you would definitely pay for that and then some. Last question, Katie. I do have a like page. It's called Committed to Getting Fit. It's just it's facebook.com/Melanie Mitro. I've had it for 5 years. I just recently in the last year really started to use it. And I like it because I can post anything and everything over there, and don't have to worry about annoying my family and my friends. But I still post on my personal page anyways, right? So I kind of like do both, and I have a lot more fitness stuff, a lot more videos, just a lot more extra over there on my like page. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope this gives you really great perspective about the business, about what we have to offer. I truly feel like we have an amazing support group. Like when you join as a Dream Team coach, there is no doubt in my mind that you will not have amazing support. You will not have the best of the best. And we pride ourselves on being that way. So I just want to thank you for your time tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of it. I hope that you all join, and I get to welcome you and see you on our next team call. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will follow up with you. Go message the person that invited you here right now. Tell them what you thought about it. Let them know you listened in, and then we'll go from there. All righty? You're welcome. Have a good night, everybody. See you later. Thanks, Bethany. Thanks, Karen. Hi, Trisha. Thank you. Sounds good.